All right, guys, so here we are at the local Walmart. We're gonna go in there and see what we can get. Like I said earlier, today is all about fishing on a budget, trying to get you guys out there catching fish. So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna show you how to catch fish for $25 or less. So let's go in there and see what we can get. Hopefully they don't kick us out, because I know they don't like recording here a lot of times, so we're gonna try to be a little bit sneaky. Luckily my cameraman has a good amount of experience being sneaky in Walmart and recording stuff. So we'll see you guys soon, huh? So here we are. Obviously there's a whole bunch of different poles, all kinds of different prices. The pole is the very first thing you're going to get. One pole that I highly recommend that I've given to a bunch of people that works pretty well, it's only $10 and it's right here. It's the Walmart brand, the Ozark Trail, but it's a pretty good pole. I'm going to go ahead and grab the orange one because I always give people the blue one. I think the orange one just came out, but it's only $10.30, and they have both this model, which is the spin caster, I guess you can call it, and they have the push button one. These are a lot simpler for kids to use or if you're a first time fisherman, but I do strongly recommend at least using one of these, and it comes with line already. So there's that. The second thing we're gonna get is right over here. So I came to get these mice tails, these Berkley power bait mice tails. I usually get the pink ones. The pink ones work really well. They're my favorite, but they don't have them. So the orange is the next go-to. All right, so we're gonna get this. Let's walk over to the hooks and the weights, and I'll show you guys what you're gonna need for that. So this is another $5. So between this right here, we have 16 bucks. So we're still well within our budget. Let's see what else we can get. All right, so the first thing we're gonna need is the weights. So these are only $1.42. This is, again, the Walmart brand, the Ozark Trail. These are split shots. The only thing you have to do to put these on the line is pinch them. You can pinch them and they squeeze on, and then you pinch them again and they fall off. And split shots are cool because not only are they really easy to use, but if you need heavier weight or less weight, then you just add another one. Take one off, take one on, just adjust it to however the current is. The second thing you're gonna need, since we are chasing trout, we're gonna need a really small hook. Trout are really good at feeling the hook and feeling the tackle that you're using. So the smaller the hook, the better. One that I do recommend is the Eagle Claw size 6 bait holder hook. That'll work great because we're gonna fish these mice tails just like bait, just like regular bait. We're also gonna go grab some worms. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to fish with mice tails and how to fish with worms. We'll walk over to the cooler right now and I'll show you guys how to pick a good pack of worms because they're not all made equal. All right, so these are Canadian night crawlers. These are my favorite ones to use. Basically, when you grab worms, you just want to dig in there a little bit and make sure you have good sized ones. I think they're nice and round, nice and lively. A lot of times, like, people grab packs and by the time you get it, it's all moldy or the worms are dead. So just open it up and make sure that the worms are alive and kicking. That's all you really need to know about that. So let's go pay for this, go bring it up, see how much it is, and hopefully we stayed under a $25 budget. All right, guys, so I stopped by here because, pro tip, Walmart clearance aisle a lot of times has really good fishing stuff for a really low price. I've gotten fishing rods here that are $100, $200, or not $200, but about $100 to $150. I've got them here for like $30 before. So if you're interested in starting fishing, or maybe you're interested in buying a little bit better fishing supplies, always swing by the Walmart clearance aisle. It's hit and miss, but when it's hit, you can get some really good deals here. All right, pro tip, we're not gonna get anything today because I'm pretty sure this is pretty close to the budget, but just so you can keep aware. All right, guys, so just to recap, we got the Walmart brand, the Ozark Trail Wayfarer fishing rod, $10.30. We got a pack of worms for a couple bucks, a pack of hooks for $1 something. These power bait mice tails, they're $4 and some odd cents, and a pack of split shots for like $1 something, right? So our grand total today was $25.48 right there. We're gonna load this stuff up right now. Oh, before I forget, if you're not gonna go fishing right away, you're gonna have to keep these worms alive. In order to do that, you're gonna wanna throw in some coffee grounds, maybe a couple pieces of wet newspaper, any kind of like banana peel, anything like that, and just keep them in the fridge. They gotta be cold and they gotta have something to eat. So do that and they'll be in the fridge for as long as you leave them in there. Secondly, the other thing I didn't bring up is the fishing license. I already have my fishing license. That can be pretty pricey in the state of California, unfortunately. I have a 2-rod license. The year goes year round, and now it goes from month to month, so you don't have to renew it in January anymore. I can renew it, say I buy it in April, I don't have to renew it to next April. So my fishing license, in order to fish 2 fishing rods, was about $76 for the entire year. But if you have a child that wants to go fishing that's under the age of 16, you do not need a fishing license. If you want to go fishing on a public body of water, or not a public body of water, I'm sorry, if you want to go fishing in a private body of water, you do not need a fishing license. And if you're not really sure if you want to keep fishing after this, you just want to give it a try and see if you like it, then you can go ahead and get a 1-day fishing license. I'm honestly not sure how much that costs. Last time I checked, it was $16. It's probably a little bit higher than that. But if you're not sure if you want to keep fishing, then go ahead and try that, and maybe you'll end up changing your mind and coming back and buying the year license. But let's go ahead and hop in the truck, and then we'll meet you guys down at the lake, huh? All right, guys, so here we are at the lake. Obviously, you can't tell by my clothes. It's a few days later. By a few days, I mean like 2 or 3 weeks. I still haven't been out here to finish the video, but we're gonna finish it right now. Hopefully, we can get on some fish and show you guys how it's done. But so, like I said earlier, I do have my 2-rod license. So I brought the rod that we got from Walmart, and I brought another trout rod that I had at the house. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and rig up these worms. And let me show you how to rig this up. Ooh, that's a spider web right there. Basically, I have 3 split shots that go down about 18 to 24 inches, and I have the hook, right? So there's that part of it. Second part of it is grabbing the worms. Now I did put some coffee grounds and stuff in here like this so they can keep eating, have something to eat, and stay alive, you know. But when you're looking for a worm to use, you want to make sure you get a thick boy. Like this one right here. That one has a nice little dad bout on him. I do use this little trick. This is my favorite way of fishing them. So this is called a worm blower. It's basically like a little needle. You press it and it fills them up full of air. That way they float off the bottom. So in order to do that, you just kind of try to hold the worm. Just barely stick this in there and then fill it up. And it'll be all full of air, you know. This will float them off to the bottom. And it'll make them an even thicker boy. So if it holds them off the bottom, they'll be wiggling around like in the center of the water column, and it'll be easier for the fish to see. And then you just kind of hook it on a couple of times. Just like that. So let's give this a cast, and hopefully we get on something. Decent little cast right there. That ain't too bad. And then another thing I got, this is optional, just like that worm blower is optional. But so I got these fishing bells, and I put these bells on here because if you're anything like me, you're probably going to get distracted while you're doing this. And you're probably going to get distracted while you're doing this and not be paying attention and might lose a fish. But if you have a bell on there, when you hear that bell go off, you know, then you know you got a fish. And then the next thing is those mice tails. These orange mice tails. So I actually brought my little trout bag with me. And I do have some of those pink mice tails that I was telling you about. But we're going to give these orange ones a shot because like those are the ones I bought for the video. But if they're not working, then I'm 100% going to switch over to the pink ones and see if those work any good. So I have this other rod hooked up. And the way it's rigged up the same way. And the way you hook these up is you just get the mice tail. It has this little head on it. Just hook it right through that little head, just like that. If you want, you can even hook it through the head and then kind of tape it onto the bottom so it goes like that, and the hook's just exposed like this. And for some reason, trout love that. Like, they love it. They can't stay away from it. So we're going to cast this one out there. I'm going to try to cast out a little bit further and a little bit further to the right so I don't cross my lines. Perfect. Just like that. We'll go ahead and put a bell on this one too. Reel it in just a little bit. Just like that. Reel it in just a little bit more. When you reel it in, you just kind of want your line to be a little tight. You don't want it to be loose. You want it to be nice and tight in the water. You don't want any slack in it. You know what I mean? You don't want any slack in it. If there's slack in it, it'll be easier for the fish to come off. You won't be able to set the hook properly. Or you would have to run up to it real, and then set the hook. But if it's like this, a lot of times those hook sets come by themselves. So yeah, there's that. We'll see you in a little bit when there's a fish on. All right, guys, so funny thing just happened. Basically, I made a little video saying, yeah, I've been out here for a couple of hours. I haven't caught anything. Nobody's caught anything. There's been a couple other people fishing and nobody's caught anything. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna clean up, I'm gonna go get something to eat, and on the way home, I'm gonna stop by this little pond and show you guys how to fish for bluegill. Bluegill is a really small panfish. They are excellent to catch. I love catching them. They're real small, but they fight really good. So with ultralight gear like what we're using today, they put up one hell of a fight. So let's go do that. And then I turn my camera off and put my phone down, and I caught a fish. And then I recorded myself catching the fish, but my microphone was turned off. So instead of doing voiceover, I figured I'd go on here and explain. We're still going to do that bluegill thing. I'm going to cast it back out. So we're going to give it another 30 minutes. If I don't catch another fish in 30 minutes, then we're out. But basically in the video, you'll see me catch the fish. He was really close to the bank, so I'm assuming I wasn't paying attention or I didn't hear the bell. And he kind of just swam up to the bank. So when I reeled him in, he was really close. And then I put him on a stringer. You'll see me put the fish on a yellow stringer in the video. Basically, to put a stringer on, you go through the bottom lip. There's two on each side of their jaw. There's two almost like translucent pairs of skin. You can pop the needle right in through there and then put it through the O-ring. And that way it keeps the fish from escaping off of the stringer. Then you throw him back in the water and he'll either stay alive for a little bit or at least stay fresh until you get home and cook them up. But let's give these rods another 20-30 minutes to soak, and we'll go catch some bluegill at a different spot. Also, I did catch that trout on a pink mice tail, not the orange one that I bought. I caught him on a pink one. I have an orange and pink one out there right now, so hopefully we'll get another one or two here. If we get another one, then I'll give it another 30 minutes and so on and so forth. But for right now, we're going to give it 30 more minutes and see what's up. Alright guys, so here we are at the second spot. This time we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're still going to use night crawlers, but we're going to put them on a bobber. These things are like 50 cents, you can get them anywhere. So I got a bobber with a little bit of weight on it, a split shot right underneath that, and then the hook. And what the bobber is going to do is it's going to keep the bait, the night crawler, the worm, whatever you want to call it, is going to keep it floating, right? So it's easier for the fish to see it. So these are all dead. So it's easier for the fish to see it. These are all dead, but we're still going to use some. See if it'll work. A lot of times they still work. These bluegills don't really care. we're good. Bluegills don't really care about anything, to be honest. They'll eat anything too. They'll eat corn, bread, Slim Jims. Dude, I've seen people catch them on Cheetos. So we're gonna hope this still works. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna cast it out there. Alright? And then like I said, the bobber will float it on top of the water. You guys probably can't see from there. But the bobber will hold it on top of the water. And when you see the bobber go down, that's when you know you got a fish. You just float it there for a couple of seconds. And the bobber will move around a little bit with the current, you know. So it'll put that worm in a bunch of different places. But when you see the bobber go underwater and start taking off the same direction, that's when you know you got a fish. It's gonna be pretty obvious when you have a fish. So even if you can't see it, trust me, you'll be able to tell. Alright, y'all. I've been out here fishing with these dead worms for about 10 or 15 minutes. And I'm going to call it. I do see a bunch of fish swimming around. Some of them look like they're just there. Some of them look like they're not. I'm sure if I stayed here a little bit longer, I could get them some bite. But it's hella hot outside. It's 85 degrees. And I'm kind of fat, so I'm going to call it. I'm going to go get some water, take a cold shower, and lay down in the AC, man. My house is always set at 67, so I'm not used to being out here. But hopefully you guys learned something. I'm sorry I couldn't put you guys some more fish, but hey, that's how it goes. Sometimes you go out there and you catch a limit in 10 minutes, and sometimes you go out there and you don't catch anything all day. But at least we caught that one on video for you guys. And well, you guys know the technique now is how to fish worms 2 different ways. How to fish the power bit mice tails. And at the end of the day, man, for me, this isn't the most exciting form of fishing by any means. But for me, this is the most peaceful, the most relaxing, the most calming. And to me, like that's what I enjoy out of it, because I know it's not just me, but every day it's just stressful and this and that and dealing with this and dealing with that. And this is my favorite way to go out there and take my mind off of things and just breathe and relax and be by myself and be outside in the quiet. And I mean, listen to this. Like, yeah, okay, that's not a real waterfall, but it still sounds beautiful, dude. It's gorgeous out here. I love it out here. You know, if I could be out here all day, every day, I would. But I can't. But doing this is by far my favorite way of being outside. And hopefully this encourages you guys to go outside and maybe catch a fish, maybe try to go fishing. Now that you guys see, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be so expensive to go fishing. And hopefully you can find the same peace and enjoyment in it that I do. So here's our first video. Stay tuned for our next video. It should be coming out in about a week, maximum a week, if not a couple of days. And if you guys have any ideas for videos, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you guys think I did good, if I should fucking quit, like if I should go focus on my 85. Like, just let me know, man. All input is very welcome. I do plan on making more videos. I already have 2 more. I'm not going to tell you what the next one is because that one's going to be out in a couple of days. But I do plan on doing at least one catch, clean, cook. So I'll either catch some kind of fish, catfish, crappie, maybe crayfish or something, clean it up and cook it for you guys so you can see how we do it. Maybe striper, something. Just if you guys want to see stuff like that, let me know. Whatever you guys want to see. And by all means, I'm not limited to just fishing, you know. I go camping a lot. We go hunting every now and then. We do bonfires, all kinds of outdoorsy shit, 4-wheel drive. The main point of this channel is just to go outside. Just go outside, man. Go outside. Enjoy being away from the TV. Enjoy being away from your damn cell phone, away from the computer, away from your Gmail, your Excel, your whatever you do. Just go outside and just remember how beautiful it is out here, man. Just relax and hopefully relieve some stress. Like I said, go ahead and comment down. If you liked it, great, like it. I'm not gonna tell you to beg you to hit the like, hit the subscribe, none of that. You know, if you liked it, great. If you didn't, it's not for you, then oh well. No big deal. But yeah, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you guys think, and let me know what kind of videos you guys would like to see next. Hopefully I'm not so fucking stuttered in the next one. Maybe on the next one I will catch some fucking fish. Who knows? I mean, I caught one today. It wasn't a total skunk, but I'm not used to that. I'm used to catching a lot more fish. Hopefully you guys can see that in the future. But right now, we'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go cool off. You guys be safe and get out there and catch some fish.